Hi, and welcome to Coffee Club. My name is Abby Smith. I'm running for mayor of the city of Kokomo, and this is a weekly video series where I answer a personal question and a policy question, and we have coffee or whatever beverage of your choice. So the intent, as a reminder of this quick video, is that I was given the advice when I started running for mayor to have coffee with as many people as I could. I'm still doing that. If you would ever like to sit down one-on-one and talk, I would love to. But I realized that not everybody has the same schedule. Not everybody drinks coffee. And I would be able to talk to a lot more people and get more information out and then back into me if I did a weekly video series. So wherever you are and whenever it is, I hope that you are having a great day, and I hope you are enjoying some kind of beverage, whether it's coffee or water or Coke or something else. So this week is a little bit all over the place. So it's back to school week, so that means my entire household is scattered trying to prepare for that. And then I had a question about raising money for political campaigns and what does it pay for, and you know, if people are going to give to support a candidate, they want to know why. So I thought I would talk a little bit about those, and then it's Sunday morning for me, so we had 2 mass shootings yesterday in the United States. And so I thought I would react a little bit to that. I also canvassed yesterday, as I always do, but I had a really great question about, specifically about drugs and addictions and how do we fight that as a community. But I think that the bigger issue or the bigger question they had was, how do we tackle really big and complex problems? So kind of think that all swirls together, and I'm going to try to answer all of it. So it is back to school week. I have 2 kids, one going into 7th, Matilda, and one going into 3rd, Jack. And they both go to Kokomo schools. Jack is in elementary school and then Matilda is in middle school. When we moved back to the area, we, you know, just like every parent, we're looking for schools, making sure that we're making the right choice for our kids. And as soon as I went to the All Schools Fair at Kokomo, I knew that was the school for us. It's not about you know, one being better than the other. It's just about the right fit, and they absolutely floored us with the great programs. So whether it's the IB program or integrated arts program or you know, all of the options that they have. One of my favorite things that Central Middle School has is their communities program. So kids who, I mean, we all know how tough middle school is, and so if you've been around the same kids for a while and you're entering a new school, or you're trying to branch out from those kids and meet new people, that can be really hard. But what they have done is created a program where kids identify their interests, and then they are put in these communities together so that they can meet new people that they may not be around, but who share a common interest with them. So anyway, I am very excited. We had our back to school nights and found classrooms and all of that. Just want to give a quick shout out to the teachers. Thank you for taking them back. I love my children so much, and I'm so ready for them to spend many days with you learning and you know, playing with their friends and all of that. I admire what you do, especially I always say middle school. I think that's God's work. I don't know how people do that, but I commend you for it. I will play my role and you can do your role, and I am grateful. So thank you to Kokomo Schools specifically for my kids, and then thank you to the teachers and everyone else in the building and bus drivers who do such a great job taking care of kids. I was canvassing yesterday and I talked to a Kokomo Schools bus driver, and he was just talking about you know, sharing concerns about the roads, but the reason is he has an elementary student who is on Lincoln, and so he is trying to figure out how to make sure they get to and from the bus safely with road construction. So you know, it was a great conversation. Just shows that you've got a caring community all over the place in the Kokomo Schools community, and I appreciate everything that you do for my children. I also want you to know, teachers, that I am in this fight with you. I know that you're not fighting for yourselves, you're fighting for the students that you are charged with educating, and keep fighting, because the fight is worth it. So the I'll come back around to schools here in a second. But the political question this week was about how raising money and why do we do that. So this was new to me, right? This is my first election. I have never run for office before, so I knew that obviously campaigns raise money. I've given to campaigns before, but didn't really see the inside and what they pay for. So I'm happy to tell you what they pay for. There's a lot of getting your name out there. So as a first-time candidate, that's an uphill battle, making sure that people know you're running and they know who you are, they know what you stand for, they know what kind of leader you are, and so that's some advertising, whether it's print advertising in newspapers or digital advertising on social media or direct mail where we send it right to your home. That is the bulk of where money goes. And then there's stuff, regular costs like it costs money to host a website, it costs money to rent a post office box. So things like that just kind of make a campaign work and keep going. And if you can raise more money, then you can talk to more people about your message and hopefully get elected. So that, I know it's kind of simple. It seems like maybe there's some secret answer, but there's not. It just pays to get your name out there and your message out there to connect with as many voters as possible. So thank you to all of the donors to the campaign. I was very excited to find out that I've have more individual donors to this campaign than ever before in Kokomo's history, which is humbling, and I'm grateful for that. And it really is kind of leading into my next point about coming together. It just shows that when you believe in something, everybody really does pitch in. You just have to open the door and kind of share the power. So, as I said, it's Sunday morning for me, and we had 2 mass shootings, and then one yesterday, and then one the weekend before. I think, what I want to say about it is it is awful, and we should never, ever not stop and pause and mourn the people who were lost, just living their lives, going on about their business, right? I was at 2 community festivals yesterday, and paused for a moment to think, am I safe? We're getting ready to send our kids back to school. That's scary. I was a senior in high school when Columbine happened, and I remember being very scared as an 18-year-old going to school. And then my daughter was a kindergartner when the kindergarten class in Newtown, Connecticut was shot up. So she was at school, and it was all I could do not to rush there and get her. Not in Connecticut, right? She was not even close to that, but having a kindergartner and imagining that is a very scary place to be. So I guess all I really have to say is that this isn't normal. Just because this is a current reality that we're living with doesn't make it acceptable. And we can change the future. We can decide that this is not the America that we live in. And we can figure out how to come together and change this from being such a common occurrence, right? Happening so often. But we absolutely cannot become numb to it. So even though it's big and scary, I encourage you to feel it and let that feeling compel you to action. Because if you don't, then things just get worse. And I'm 38. I have 2 kids, and it's very apparent to me right now in my life that it's time to step up, and it's time to dig in, and it's our job to make sure that this current reality is not normal and stops here. Thank you for listening. If you ever want to get like I said, ever want to get a cup of coffee, I'm always happy to do it. I encourage you to reach out. This is the real world, and we are real people, and we need to talk to each other and connect and solve big issues. I have full faith that we can do it. We certainly cannot do it if we are divided. So come together in a public space, connect with other people, and let's fight the good fight. Thanks so much. Have a great week.